welcome to the second half of the show. The second half of the show is called Voices. Hopefully you recognize some of the voices, but if you don't, keep drinking and enjoy my makeup. Took me a little longer to put on my makeup because it's a very hot and humid night. My makeup wants to go to my knees right now, but we'll overlook that. In the second half of the show, I'm going to recreate some voices of artists that I think are great and important, and all the ones that I think are very special. And the normal way that I like to do this show is I like to recreate artists perhaps who are no longer with us, and in essence dead. But last year I had the honor and the privilege of opening. This was like really big time. I get to open for Miss Eartha Kitt. And the thing about, like, I've always done Eartha in my show, and the thing about meeting Eartha Kitt, the thing about meeting the person that you impersonate in person is that, you know, the thing about doing dead people is that they cannot bitch. So I was very nervous when they took me backstage to meet Eartha Kitt for the first time. I walked in very slowly, and I was very nervous. I walked in, and she turned around, and she put her hands on her hips, and she says, "Oh." So Jimmy, I hear you do good impersonation of me. So then you must be the reason I've got such a bad reputation. I said, "No, Eartha, you're the reason you got such a bad reputation." She sang this in the show that night. At first I was afraid. I was petrified, thinking I could never leave. And then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. And I learned how to get along, and now you're back from outer space. I just hoping to find you here with a subtle look on your face. I should have changed that stupid look. I should have made you leave me if I had done with this once again. And was back to that of me right now. Go walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. When you were the one that tried to hurt me with goodbye, you think I'd tremble. You think I'd lay down and lie under the night. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll still live. I've got Thank you so much. I want to thank you all for coming out here to see me tonight. But in the morning it will mean nothing to me. Okay, I have a confession. I'm going to be very honest with you. Suddenly I just feel very, like, we bonded all of a sudden. You saw me in a dress and a wig and we bonded. When I was a little boy growing up, I used to play with dolls. And it was this one Christmas back in 1975 that my mom asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and there was one thing that I really, really wanted back in 1975, and a Cher doll! This is a genuine Cher doll from 1975, and let me tell you about this hair on Cher. This hair came very, very, very straight, and I'm not a hairdresser at all.
But I braided the fucker. And I wanted that crimp look, you know, that she would always wear. And so I braided it in tiny, teeny, itsy bitsy little braids all the way around. And I left it in storage for 17 years. I just took it out. I think it looks like Diana Ross. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world reach out and touch. Don't touch it! And I want you to know, Cher was not anatomically correct. When I took her clothes off, she did not have nipples, so I took a mark slot and painted some. 2 big black nipples. And way ahead of my time, I'll have you know, this is a person way ahead of his time. I gave her a butt tattoo. An artist who has survived the 60s, 70s, 80s, Cher.